I have narrowed down 2026 to my top 5 films I am genuinely excited for. Some of them might not surprise you, but then I think one of them might, because I haven't heard many people suggest the main one that I look forward to seeing in 2026. I'm going to be counting down properly, starting from number 5. So, number 5, Avengers Doomsday. Now, I don't know too much about Avengers Doomsday. I just know that Robert Downey Jr. is going to star as Doctor Doom in Avengers, but then most Avengers films are everyone comes together, the band gets back together and defeats the villain. But of course, there are going to be some cool special effects and all your favorite superheroes. So I am looking forward to seeing what it's going to give. I love Robert Downey Jr., so I'm genuinely excited for his portrayal. I was actually quite excited, well, actually quite surprised that he was going to be in this role. I look forward to seeing how he's going to portray Doctor Doom. I think it would just be a really interesting contrast. So let's see how it all goes. But number 5 is Avengers Doomsday, and I believe it comes out in December 18th, UK time. And at number 4 is Disclosure Day. This is Steven Spielberg's next sci-fi film, and this is going to be really interesting actually, because usually sci-fi is not my biggest or most favorite movie genre, and unless I feel like it's done really well. And I think Steven Spielberg is the one that does the sci-fi films really well. In fact, I kind of call him the sci-fi king. I'd say my favorite sci-fi film is War of the Worlds, that he collabed with Tom Cruise on. I absolutely love War of the Worlds, and I just think about the aliens and their tripod legs. Like, that detail was it just really amplified the movie. So I look forward to this next installment from Steven Spielberg. That is Disclosure Day. It comes out in June, I believe, and I'm very excited. Number 3 is The Odyssey. Quite liked how that rhymes, so I'm leaving that in. Now, this is Christopher Nolan's next big hit, and this one has kind of received quite a bit of hype already, actually, and for good reason, because his films are absolutely excellent and there's so much attention to detail, and he just does a fantastic job in all his projects. So The Odyssey, that has Tom Holland, Zendaya, I believe Anne Hathaway as well, Matt Damon, comes out in July. I think it's July, this one. So that's going to be massive, The Odyssey. This is going to be a massive film, and it's going to be quite exciting to see what it's about. Again, this is another one that I can't really say too much about, but I've just seen enough to know that I'm definitely going to see it when it comes out. Coming in at number 2 is Dune Part 3. This is one of my most anticipated films this year. I absolutely loved Dune Part 1 and 2. In fact, the first one was very much giving the story's not finished. So I remember kind of coming out the cinema and thinking, I look forward to watching the second one because I need to see where this is going. And then the second one just kind of blew the first one out of the water. Like, it really carried on the story well. It was so much fun to watch. And so, yeah, and it's given me the adequate amount of hype I need to see the third one, which will come out in December. Actually, Dune Part 3 is coming out the same day as Avengers in the UK. So Avengers Doomsday versus Dune Part 3. That's going to be quite a battle, but I actually plan to see both that weekend because I obviously need to review both. So I need to get my reviews out to you. So yeah, that's going to be an amazing weekend of cinema, and it's going to be incredible. Of course, Timothée Chalamet returns as Paul Atreides, and then we have Zendaya in there as well, Florence Pugh, who I'm a fan of, and just a whole lineup of talented actors. So it's going to be great to see the continuation of that story, and I look forward to seeing it at the end of the year. Now we have come to number 1. The number 1 film I am most excited to see in 2026 this year is Digger. Digger is Tom Cruise's next film, and you have no idea how much I'm counting down to October to see this film. I think Tom Cruise is just like one heck of an actor, and he's just one heck of a guy. Like he really puts his all in every single film that he does. He's just very much loves the craft and perfects his craft. And I believe with this next film, this is supposed to be a comedy. I think it might be a comedy drama. I just remember I think it's partly supposed to be funny, and I'm so glad that he's getting back into his funny bag again, because he's absolutely hilarious. I've watched a lot of his films and he really knows how to instill humor in his films. I just think he's so funny and so very talented, and this is going to be a real treat. It's going to be a real treat for me and everybody who loves him as an actor and generally the quality of films he puts out. Again, this one, I'm not too sure about what it's about, but I'm quite glad about that, actually. I kind of want to go in with fresh eyes, and this is definitely my number one film I'm looking forward to this year, and I'm just looking forward to what he's going to give, because I know that he gives his all. So yeah, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. I haven't seen many actually mention this film. Like when I've kind of seen other top 5 or top 10 lists of anticipated films, I don't see Digger being mentioned as much. Maybe as more lists come out, it will be mentioned a bit more. But for me, as a Tom Cruise fan, as a film fan, I am so excited for this film. And I really love the artwork as well. I just think it's quite different, I think. I just love the detail of the artwork as well. So everything is like kind of hyping me up towards this film, and I think it's going to be another gem in his portfolio. I think it's going to be a real gem, this film, and I cannot wait to review it. Other notable mentions that aren't in the top 5, but I still look forward to seeing, is Michael. This is a biopic about, obviously, the late, great, and the best to ever do it, Michael Jackson. I am a massive Michael Jackson fan, and when I heard they were doing this, I didn't quite pay too much attention to it, because there haven't been some very favorable depictions of him in the past, and I thought, oh, what are they going to do this time? But after hearing that Jafar Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's nephew, is going to be depicting him in the film, and then we also have other really notable actors part of this production, I thought, okay, they're going to be doing I think they're going to do a good job of this. And of course, his nephew will not do anything to disgrace him or his legacy. So I do look forward to it coming out. I believe it comes out in April, and I'm sure it's going to be quite emotional because of his impact, his legacy, and just how much he touched so many people, how much he really made an impact and influence on so many people worldwide, his fans, the industry, other artists. He really is the best to ever do it, and I look forward to seeing how they're going to bring him to life essentially on screen. I would say another film that I am looking forward to seeing is You, Me and Tuscany. This is Halle Bailey's film that she's doing with Regé-Jean Page, and that is also an April release, I believe, and it seems like just a really cute rom-com. I do like Halle. I think she's so talented. I saw her in The Little Mermaid, and her voice is just exquisite, and I look forward to kind of seeing her in her little rom-com bag in this film as well. So that's all I have for you. That's my top 5 and 2 bonus ones that I'm looking forward to in 2026 this year. Please jot down in the comments what films you are excited to see. Was there anything from my list that you felt like, oh, I didn't consider that one, or you didn't know about it? Any of them that you agreed with? Comment below. I look forward to seeing what you think.